Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Stranger Things. Last time on Stranger Things, we had the monster and the superhero. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Joyce and Murray went to Alaska so that they can give the money so that the Russian dude will smuggle Hop out of Russia. Hop is also working on escaping the prison himself, and it's causing a lot of injury to his ankle, but he's getting there. Meanwhile, Eddie is still hiding out in the boathouse, and Lucas led the basketball team straight to him, but then I guess he's gonna go and warn him. I don't know. It's not whatever the plan is, it's a dumb plan by Lucas. Meanwhile, the crew is working on Vecna, and Nancy and Robin found old articles about Victor Creel saying that he originally said that his house was haunted by a demon who killed his family, and they are putting two and two together that would be Vecna. Then they realized, or at least Max realized, that there's a pattern to all of Vecna's targets, and in fact, she's the next target as well. And her and also someone on the basketball team too. But at the very least, she is in trouble right now. Meanwhile, in California, 11 got arrested. Mike was a prick. Jonathan wanted to go see Police Academy 3. Will was sidelined as always, and then before 11 was sent to juvie, before she was sent to juvie, like without trial, without attorney, without anything, she was intercepted by Dr. Owens, who has a plan to get her powers back and stop Vecna, and she's off to do that. Yes, and that's it. So, after that concise recap, why don't we just go ahead and jump into this, because this is the longest episode so far, clocking in at 79 minutes, and yes, I know this is no doubt not going to be the longest episode of the season. In fact, well, yeah, the last three are way longer than this, so anywho, let's just go ahead and get started, shall we?
A grandfather clock. It was so real.
Oh, maybe he's not.
And when I got closer,
Maybe Max isn't ready yet.
They both died less than 24 hours after their first vision.
Damn.
And I just saw that goddamn clock, so looks like I'm gonna die tomorrow.
Okay, that is a problem. That's a problem.
Trying to capture Eddie, and they think you know where he is. You're in terrible danger.
Okay.
Yeah, that definitely sucks, but we've got bigger problems than Jason right now.
The clock. I mean, it's just another problem to add. So, okay, so he took them to a random place and ditched them, biked over here for 8 miles. Well, okay. That's a good thing that Lucas did. Good job.
You have a Tom Cruise poster.
Oh, did you say? Can you please not touch anything?
I can't do anything
Just
here, Nancy.
snooping around her room.
We are true academic scholars.
No.
Holy shit, there's a little ballerina in here.
Robin, what are you doing?
She will.
Oh, no.
Oh, please tell me that you're joking.
You gotta have a makeover.
Hey, what are you doing? No, don't. That's not for now. Don't open it now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, what is this?
It's
Letters for after death.
And my counselor, Drew, told me and everyone in Cabin C the true story of the Victor Creel massacre. And little Petey McHugh, you know Petey, right, Ruth?
Of course.
Of course.
Little Petey McHugh started sobbing right there on the spot, full on hyperventilating, and all the other campers, they couldn't sleep for weeks. And I couldn't sleep either, but not because I was scared, because I was obsessed with the question, what would drive a human being to commit such unimaginable acts? Other kids, they wanted to be astronauts, basketball players, rock stars.
This
but
is
I
working,
wanted to be
isn't it?
you. So, 10 minutes with Victor. That's all I ask.
I'm back in 30.
Oh my gosh. Good job.
Yuri was on sightseeing trip to see polar bears. And then, bears got into plane and pulled him out of cockpit and killed Yuri.
This sounds like bullshit.
And he loved bears.
And he loved
Broke
bears.
his heart. I got you! I got you good! Hey.
Man, this guy's
I'm
Yuri. Oh. So yesterday was just to prove that he could get it off. Ah. One, now the other. Ooh. Ah. Oh, that's gonna be noticeable. Ooh. He's dead now. Oh no, was that dynamite? Did he? He didn't put his shoes back on. Jeez! Damn, he made it. Oh, they're all cheering for him. Ah,
Son of a bitch.
that was the one. Good job, Hop.
Promise. Nothing you don't deserve.
Ah.
Mom, let go of me. Mom, let go.
Ah, that's not her. Yeah.
This is one of our more popular areas.
I feel like we're gonna see just Aaron Yeager hanging out, missing an eye. Oh. Oh man, so he lost his eyes too?
Thanks, by the way,
For what?
for knocking some sense into me. I mean, I was being a total self-pitying idiot.
Yes!
I didn't say it.
You didn't have to. Hey, also about the last few days.
You don't have to say anything. I was being a total jerk to Al. I deserved it.
No.
No. No.
No, you didn't deserve anything.
Right?
Hello there.
Whoa!
What the hell was that? Stay here!
Oh my gosh! What?
What's going on? Get back! Shit! We gotta go! We gotta go!
Whoa! What the heck? Man, right in this nice house too. I feel like this is a bit more than the military coming for 11.
That is so not cool, man. Stop the car!
Get in. Drive.
Oh my god, why is that guy on the gun?
Drive! Peanut butter. You know what? If I was stuck in a Siberian prison, I would enjoy peanut butter too. Dude, find some socks. Yeah. Okay, good. Try to warm up.
Я только что говорил по телефону своему начальнику. Это полезная была беседа. Оказывается, беглецы пришли бегство.
Oh no!
Продажные надзиратели. Ах ты гад.
Oh. Ratted him out too.
Те, которых разыскивают.
Wanted by the KGB.
Прощай, Энца.
Man. This guy broke Mike Ehrmantraut's code. You can be on one side of the law or the other. But if you make a deal with somebody, you keep your word. So they're not rejoining the plot anytime soon.
Survived? Is that what you call this?
Oh, time for a flashback.
Is it curse us?
Amazed they stayed. Whoop! And then it happened.
But I was back to France. Back in the
Oh,
war.
shit.
It was a memory. I had thought German soldiers were inside. Another voice. At first, I believed it was an angel. And I followed her, only to find myself in a nightmare far worse.
Oh, they were taken.
I was away. I tried to join you.
Oh.
I tried.
Is he everything you hoped he would be? I just had a very interesting conversation with Professor Brantley. Perhaps we should discuss in my office while we wait for the police.
Well, that's not good. But there's still the question of the angel. Oh, Billy.
Dear Billy, I don't know if you can even hear this. I play that moment back in my head all the time. Sometimes I imagine myself running to you, pulling you away. I imagine that if I had, that you would still be here. I imagine that we could have become friends. But that's not what happened. I stood there and I watched. I think that maybe a part of me died that day too. And I haven't told anyone this. I just can't. But I had to tell you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Billy. Love, your shitty little sister. Max.
Oh. Uh-oh. Here it comes.
All right, it's been long enough. Steve, just give her some time.
I have, all right, Sinclair? I'm calling it. She wants to get a lawyer, she can.
No. I mean, if he takes her, what can they do?
Time to giddy up, yeah? Max. Max. Max.
Been waiting to hear those words, Max.
Billy?
Waiting so very long.
Oh, shit.
Wake up!
You know, I think there's a part of you buried somewhere deep that wanted me to die that day. That was maybe even relieved. Happy.
Billy, no, it's not true.
That's why you stood there, isn't it, Max?
No. Come on, this isn't even him.
Now, you have sometimes wished to follow me.
Oh, shit.
Into death. That is why I am here, Max, to end your suffering once and for all.
Come on, it's not him.
Hard. Move along.
Don't touch me!
That wasn't the song, was it?
Maybe that's the key, a lifeline.
A lifeline back to reality.
It's worth a shot.
Okay.
I think we can beat him.
What?
To the car.
Okay, I'm warning you right now. I have terrible coordination. Like, it took me 6 months longer to learn to walk than all the other babies.
Follow my lead.
No, my God!
Oh, they're just gonna run.
You dropped your shoe.
Well, good. They'll be better off without it. Oh, bye.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
Good job. Ah. All right, music, lifeline, go. This is a bit different.
Song. What's your favorite song? Why? Robin said if you listen, it's too much to explain right now. What's her favorite song?
Oh god. Clocks fly now. What the hell is this place? Is this the Creel house? Victor's house?
What are you doing in here, Max?
How the hell did you get here? Ah! Eggs!
Come back to me.
Oh shit. Chrissy.
Would you like to join them?
Oh no! Now he's got tentacles.
Now.
Oh!
They can't help you, Max.
I don't know. There's a hole in your world.
I am.
Oh no! Oh no! She flies now!
I don't want to let her. We're right here. I'm right here.
You gotta talk to him. Rip out his tentacle things too! Run! He will remember this. Run, run, run! Wow, oh god, rocks! Run! Oh, I hope the song has a couple more verses. Don't! Ah, okay. Whoop! Oh, may have broken ankle too. I really thought that was just gonna end.
We lost you. I'm still here. I'm still here.
Yes!
I'm still here.
Oh, man. That's it. Holy crap. Okay. She did it. She did it. Oh, she made it out. She made it out. You know, I have seen that people have been covering that song, Running Up That Hill. Alright, I get it now. You know, people have been covering that. A very important song, and, you know, the season's been out for a little while at this point now, but now I get it. Criminy. Alright. Wow, that was intense. Okay, can I just say, I think Vecna is my favorite villain. Which, I mean, villains on this show is such a weird thing, because season 1 is the Demogorgon, season 2 is the Mind Flayer, season 3 is part of the Mind Flayer in meat form, and now we have Vecna. So it's almost like a... I mean, when I say, like, oh, Vecna's my favorite villain of the show, it almost sounds like a, well, of course he is. He's a character, you know? The other two of them are just monsters, and then the Mind Flayer is just some strange entity, you know? But yeah. But Vecna's such an interesting villain, such an interesting character, you know? I mean, Jiminy, man, that was ridiculous and emotional and crazy and maybe some of the best stuff we've seen in Stranger Things. Like, this season, I think, is really killing it, you know? Alright, we just gotta get into it, man. No 11 this episode. No 11 at all, which is interesting. But we did have the boys dealing with the guys there. The boys dealing with the guys there, and yeah, it is difficult to trust them, you know? But then, yeah, I like that it's like, alright, they were just gonna get Argyle to, you know, drive them over to, I guess just drive them to Hawkins. Bit of a journey, but alright. But I like that. But then just out of nowhere, I guess the military is there. But that can't just be the military, right? It's not... I don't think it's the Russians. But why would the military just, you know, shoot on sight whoever's there? Like, that seems a little extreme, even if they think it is 11 causing these murders. Being shot on sight like that seems a bit rough, you know? But luckily they managed to escape. They managed to escape because Argyle got there, you know? So I'll just put a question mark next to military. And then it's interesting that Hopper, honestly, he's not that whole plot line. I'm going to be curious if the three of them ever intersect with the main plot, with the Vecna stuff again, you know? They may honestly not, because I mean, they've got too much stuff. We're 4 episodes in, near the halfway point of the season, and they're still they're nowhere close to joining in on the main plot. So I don't see it happening. And hey, it could have worked if Yuri kept his end of the deal. Man, you know, it's one of those things, you know, I said it in the reaction, but it's, if you're going to be a criminal, you got to do what Mike said in Better Call Saul. You know, you can be on one side of the law or the other, but if you make a deal with somebody, you keep your word. And yeah, Yuri, bad criminal. He did not keep his end of the deal. And that sucks, you know? And he had planned that. He had planned this. So not only was Hopper recaptured, but Enzo, or Antonov, got captured. And then he's going to turn in Joyce and Murray to the KGB. So I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know what the hell they're going to do. Man, it would have been so cool if Murray, like, Joyce is, drugged, but then Murray, like, gets up and then beats the shit out of Yuri, because he's, like, I feel like Murray would have, like, trained for this, Like, he's the kind of guy who takes small doses of poison to build an immunity, Like, I want to believe he has something. He has something to where he can, not get drugged, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so problems there. Problems there on top of Hopper's almost certain frostbite that he's getting in his feet. Sorry. For a second I thought my nose was about to start bleeding. Oh shit. I guess that's not a good sign if we're watching this show. Jeez, but yeah, okay. I guess honestly we need to just go straight into the big stuff this episode. Max, the next target. Now, it is interesting too. Well, I guess, okay, so 1 week after you start getting the headaches is when he takes you, But still, I mean, it's so strange because I'm trying to, like, figure out, like, why, though, did he target Victor Creel, Now, that was most definitely the Upside Down. I guess Max's soul was in the Upside Down, Now, I say that because I'm trying to apply... Alright, I'll be honest. I'm basically applying anime logic to some of this stuff. Like I look at some of this stuff, I'm like, oh, I've seen this on Yu-Gi-Oh! I've seen Shoddy enter the room of someone's soul, and manipulate it to his whim. And so I'm looking at Vecna thinking he's doing the exact same thing, Vecna's doing the same thing. Actually, I would love that if Eleven showed up and started doing shadow games, Oh, that'd be so cool. That'd be really cool. But so I'm like trying to apply any amount of logic, even if it's from a different series, but especially with the portal that Max went through, that I am basically judging is Max's soul leaving the Upside Down, So what I'm thinking is when Vecna kills someone, he attacks their soul specifically. And if that's the case, I'm thinking Vecna never leaves the Upside Down, So, I don't know if I brought this up or not in the previous episode, but I wonder if the reason Vecna is killing now, like he did in the 50s, I'm wondering if that's because they closed the portals to the Upside Down, So because the Upside Down is now inaccessible to, honestly, to be physical entry, basically. So now Vecna has to pick up the slack for the Mind Flayer, maybe. But why? I mean, and again, Steve brought up this question too, and it's a good question. Why, though? Why did he kill in the 50s? He killed in the 50s, and then he's killing again now, And why? I don't know. And the only reason Victor survived was because he had a lifeline. He escaped because of the music, which he described as the voice of an angel. And that, in turn, is how Max survived. I don't know, man. I'm really, racking my brain about all this. And so I will say, as much crap as I give this season for having really long episodes, I'm glad there's so much of this season, because honestly, this season may be the best we've had, you know? I'm only 4 episodes in. Again, though, hire an editor, just cut it up into, 12, 13 episodes, you know? You don't have to stick to 9 episodes, but make them all ass long, you know? But I digress. So, yeah. We had Lucas. Okay, so Lucas did do something good. He escaped. Excuse me. It wasn't that he led them to Eddie so that he could warn Eddie. He led them completely astray, and then just bailed, got back to the group, and warned them about the team, which, yeah, they are kind of the least of the worries. Ugh. They are kind of the least of our worries, you know? And he went and confronted, I can never remember his name, the main guy on the basketball team. I can never remember his name, but he went and talked to Erica, but didn't say where he was, so that's at least good. And now Lucas is on the team. And an interesting thing. So we got the letters. The letters was really interesting. And, Max... I mean, it's basically... It was Max kind of giving up, Or at least, being like, okay, I need to be prepared for the worst. Instead of going for the best, she was preparing for the worst. But I like how... it kind of was. I mean, and another mark of a good villain is there is some truth to them, So there probably is some truth to what Vecna was saying of, maybe she did feel that slight relief when Billy died. Maybe she does feel guilty about that. Maybe that's why she pushes her friends away, Doesn't mean she has to die for it, though. Does not mean that. Doesn't mean that. Does not mean that whatsoever. So that was interesting. And the moment... Now, see, here's the thing. Did she actually have a moment with her mom? Or was it all Vecna? We don't know. We don't really know. It's not until he completely plays his hand that we really know what's real and what's an illusion, But yeah. But that was a good moment, again, preparing for the worst and all that guilt. And I mean, again, it's like I said, it's like there is possibly some truth to what Vecna says, but the key is to not be overcome by it, And that's the thing, is that these victims are overcome by this guilt. And because they are overcome by this guilt, they fall victim to him, And Max was able to overcome this, She overcame this. She's going to talk to her friends. She's not going to give up. And that with the lifeline, remembering her friends, remembering the good times, that is what saved her, And and it's interesting because, at the beginning of the season, when Lucas is like, oh, well, there must be something wrong that you dumped me, I was sitting there like, dude, you give her space and stuff like that. I mean, I guess she had to talk it out with someone. That was the problem, is she wasn't talking it out with anyone. Even if, I mean, it doesn't even have to be Lucas. Even if it's just the school counselor, you know? Talk to someone. She wasn't even talking to her, really. I mean, the counselor always said, are you ready to talk about that day? You know? And even here, yeah, it's like, Lucas saying, I don't need a letter. I need you. I need to talk to you. And I get that. So it's an interesting thing, you know? It's an interesting thing because on the one hand, I was like, oh, well, don't be so pushy and stuff, you know, give her time, her space and stuff. But on the other hand, it's like, well, yeah, talk to someone, you know? And I like how that works. I like how that works out, you know? So that was good. And then, yeah, everything. And we also had Nancy and Robin getting into the asylum, which was fun. So, yeah, that was interesting. And Robin's speech that she just sort of made up on the fly. And that's how they got to talk to Victor Creel. That was good. I did like that. And then, yeah, the meeting with Victor. Poor sod. Poor guy. Victor lost his family. I mean, I'm amazed that they stayed there, you know? And I'll be very curious if we ever get an origin on Vecna. Because, I mean, honestly, we haven't gotten any origin. Like, we don't know what the Upside Down is. We don't know where it came from, why it is, why does it exist. We don't know the Mind Flayer. We don't understand him. We don't know why he exists. We don't know this stuff. So I would be curious if we get anything about Vecna, you know? Like, we've seemed to have stumbled upon his lair. Max just stumbled on it, and even he was like, why, how are you here? How did you find this place, you know? But this is pretty much where he keeps his victims, you know? And it seems, even though there's not much of it left, it is still based on Victor's house, you know? You know, this is kind of reminding me, I don't know how many of you guys have ever watched Stargirl, season 2 specifically with Eclipso. That season was shit, but it was basically a very worse version of this, actually, now that I think about it. Because that also was sort of, you know, these illusions and, like, I don't even know, like, kind of feeding off grief and stuff like that, and killing grieving people and stuff, and there was all of this stuff that happened and these illusions that happened. So it was a lot of that, except 1,000 times worse than this. Like, this shit is really good, you know? And just the acting. I mean, props. Sadie Sink, that's her name? Yes. Oh my god, I remembered her name. Sadie Sink, I believe. I believe that's the name of the actor who plays Max. Fucking brilliant acting. Like, geez, like, I'm... Like, especially just reading the letter, I was like, Jesus Christ, this girl over here acting her fucking heart out, you know? And even still, it was also still very subtle, too, you know? It was good. It was holding back the emotions, you know? So I like that. And cameo by Billy, kind of. That was good, too. I like that. And that guy has a good voice, I must say. That guy is good, you know? Anyway. But yeah, and they managed to get the lifeline. They managed to figure out the lifeline. The angel that spared Victor also spared Max once they figure out her favorite song. See, I don't know if this was happening to me, I don't know what song I would pick, you know? I don't really have a favorite song, you know? Like, I was, like, running through my head, and I was like, oh, well, this, I don't know, maybe, like... I'm not even sure. What would be a favorite song of mine? Starman, Your Wildest Dreams, Sweet Child of Mine. If you want a comedic favorite song, Knockin' on Heaven's Door by Guns N' Roses. Specifically the Guns N' Roses cover of Knockin' on Heaven's Door. It's shit, but it's hilarious. So if you play that, maybe that'll help me. I don't know. What's your favorite song? What song would save you from Vecna? Why don't you leave that down in the comments? That'll be a fun thing. That'll also show me that you made it through the entire discussion. The entire low energy discussion. So, I mean, these episodes get intense, and this is also in the afternoon, so this is it's later in the day, so I've already recorded other stuff. So yeah, energy starts to run low by this time. But yeah. But really, really good episode. Again, even though I mess around about how long these episodes are, these have been really, really solid episodes. So yeah, really, really good stuff, and I'm excited to see what happens next. I assume Vecna can't go back for seconds, you know? Otherwise, he probably would have gotten Victor at some point, you know? So I assume that Max is in the clear, but we'll have to see. Either way, that is pretty much it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist for all of my Stranger Things reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.